Hey, it's Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is May 31st, 2025. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. Now, I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned, New York time frame, and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, retweet this video if you're watching it. I do appreciate that. You can find me on X at Alphacharts365, posting stuff there all the time. I also offer a subscription group. It's $10 a month, no contract, so it's month to month. And I give a ton of information, in-depth market reports every Sunday, focus list videos with specific setups on it. I annotate all those charts. I do midweek videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. So minimum 4 videos a week. Again, getting very specific and granular, starting really big and really narrowing it down. I do market notes twice a week that kind of tie together my thoughts on the week on Sundays and Thursdays, daily market scans, and so much more. We do live streams once a month. So again, so much going on there. For $10 a month, it's really the best value out there. If you're new to trading, don't have the time to do all this type of research, this really keeps it concise and to the point. And and again, for $10 a month, it is the best value out there. So check that out. If you're a YouTube only watcher, I offer the same video content and actually annotated charts for the YouTube community as well. You see members only videos right here, and you see focus list videos, and there's all kinds of midweek updates and weekend videos for members and all kinds of stuff. So same exact stuff, YouTube membership right there. All right, let's get into the charts. Um, so interesting week on the SPY. It was up 1.78, but really percent. But that was really coming all on Tuesday, right? Because remember, there was no trading on Monday. So basically Tuesday was a giant move, and then really just kind of sideways. So, we don't, it's not a terrible area chart, that we have. We do have a slight lower high right there. But right now, to me, this looks just like consolidation. I think at the very least, we can get up to this 610-ish area, maybe 600, I don't know. So a little bit more. And then maybe this will give us more of a problem, this general area above. But as of right now, I think that there's some room to go. And again, price is above all of its moving averages, at least for now it is. If we start breaking below the 200-day again, that would definitely give me some pause. The 23 days right there as well. So, but down below 575, that would get me much more cautious. But I think there's, a little room to the upside. And, there's about 3%, 3.5%. It's again, it may not be an easy road, but I think it's there. Looking at the RSP, not quite as good, right? Up 1.2, so not terrible versus 1.78, but not quite as good. And you can see just on the maybe we're making the right side of a base, but again, there's some supply that could come in this general area, the 183-ish area, 184, somewhere around there. So something to be aware of, right? There's supply coming in, some of these kind of general areas. Now we get above it, that's very good, right? Here's Q's. I think we get up here, then maybe some sort of pullback, and we make some kind of bigger base. So definitely, a bullish scenario as long as that pullback doesn't get too soon, too deep. And again, about 3.5 to 4% higher. So I think there's still some gas in the tank on these, and on the week up almost 2%. So that's interesting. Here's equal weighted Qs. They were up about half of that, right? So not quite as good. Again, we're seeing that across the board now. Equal weight's not as good as the cap weighted. And when we really zoom in here, yeah, with supply area just overhead, 96-ish. So not too much space. Mid caps, but still below the 200 day and still below this general supply area. That's interesting. On the week, only up 0.75. So again, much weaker than SPY or the Qs on the cap weighted. Again, mid cap is basically equal weighted, but again, not looking that great. And IWM was up 1.24. So again, less than the cap weighted, but still up a decent amount. Still below the VWAP from the all-time highs. I mean, that's that's bad, right? That's bad. There's really no reason to be in small caps right now. Maybe it's building out this base, but I think getting above VWAP right now is going to be the key, right? VWAP from all-time highs. This general is same spot as this, 210-ish area, 205, 210. Below that, there's no reason to be uh, long small caps. So what do we have here? I think we have on the indexes, we have a little bit more room to the upside. I don't think it's going to be an easy trade. Let's see what financials are saying. Kind of in this general range and very similar look. SMH, SMH was up 1% on the week. These are semiconductors, and it's still above the 200 day. If we lose this 200 day, I think that's a big deal. And so we need to be watching this and this 237.50-ish area, right? If semiconductors lose it, that's a problem. XSD, the equal weights already have. Again, so there's a little cautionary signs coming in here now, right? So we look at the indexes, and this is kind of what I would consider under the hood a little bit. I go into all the internals with my subscriber group on the weekend video for them, breadth and sentiment and things of that nature. But yeah, so we're underneath the 200 day on the equated semis. That's a warning sign. IYT is under the 200 day. I like XTM a little bit better, but that one's under the 200 day as well. Again, some warning signs that we haven't retaken the 200 day. Housing underneath a 200 day that's declining. This one really was a big chart for me as far as calling the decline at the beginning of the year. It did participate in the rally we just had last month, and now it's breaking down, and this kind of made a bear flag like structure. And so very, very weak housing. So again, that's below the 200 day. XHB is below the 200 day. So as you can see, only financials and I guess SMH is, and that's barely, is above the 200 day. Everything else, transports, equal weighted, semiconductors, and housing are all below the 200 day. And I think there's some issues that are creeping into the market once again. Here's your Mag 7 above. They're above their 200 day. They're doing really well. On the week, they were up 2.37. So again, greater than the indexes as we would expect. But they're out of the supply area. So we'll see if these pull back. I think, as it pulls back, this $50-ish area will become more and more important. And we'll see what happens if and when it retests that area. So I think that we may have another week or two of some upward type of price action. May not be easy upward type price action, but I think it's there. I think. I don't know if we're gonna hit this top area or not. We could come short of it, right? Maybe we come to 600. Maybe we come to 605. We don't know, but I think there's enough space up here to be long some stocks and to think about taking some profits as we get into here. And I think there are some warning signs showing up right now that we should be aware of. Maybe they'll go away with time. That happens, right? Markets correct through time and markets correct through price, or they combine, or a combination of both. And we'll see how this one plays out. But moving from a very bullish posture to maybe a little bit more of a cautious posture, I think that could make sense. All right. You all have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, at Alphacharts 365, definitely follow me and click that subscribe button. I think you'll like it. Take care.